people who are gonna bring it.
Welcome back to another video, guys. Welcome back to review the replay. Thank you guys for all your comments, all your likes, all your support. Really appreciate all of that. Now we have two topics today. We're going to do a quick recap on the Lizard Diamond League men 100 meters, and we're also going to introduce and talk about the Brussels Women 100 meter Diamond League. Lizard Diamond League, we saw Oblique Civil finding the kind of form that he need going into the World Championship, beating Noah convincingly, and I'm sure this puts some doubt in Noah's head where the 100 is concerned. He might be starting to focus a little bit more on the 200 because at first we all thought that Kishin would have been his biggest problem, but he lost to Oblique Civil convincingly twice. A lot of people believe that Oblique Civil is a pre-season, a pre-championship athlete. He doesn't show up on the big races, but this kind of victory shows that Oblique Civil is mentally prepared and his body is keeping up. We also have the Brussels Diamond League, which is on the 22nd, tomorrow, Friday, the 22nd of August, where Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce, Melissa Jefferson, and Sha'carri Richardson is headlining that race. Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce is the outgoing hero, and everybody is expecting that she will be doing well. Win, lose or draw, Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce had done so much that right now everything that she do will be acceptable. Drop your comments down below, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Melissa Jefferson will be giving us another 10-6? Do you believe that Sha'carri will finally go sub 11? I'm not sure if you noticed that Lizard did not have a women 100 meters. The same is true for Brussels. They do not have a men 100 meters. So the next time you'll see both men and women in action, it will be at the Zurich. That will be a 2-day league. So the Lizard Diamond League took place on the 20th of August, and the Brussels Diamond League will take place tomorrow, the 22nd of August. So we'll get more Diamond League action very soon. Now, in the Brussels Diamond League, you'll see Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce going up against Melissa Jefferson and Sha'carri Richardson. We all know that Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce is the female track and field greatest of all time in the eyes of many. Shelly and Sha'carri Richardson is the superstar athlete that they push in the female 100 meters, and Melissa Jefferson is up and coming, the rising star, the one with the momentum at the moment. We'll get into all of that and how this will impact the performance of the athletes, or how it will shape the psychological advantage or disadvantage of these athletes going into the World Championship. Before we get into that, let's talk about the Lizard Diamond League 100 meter. That is a race that should be seared into the brains of many. Oblique Civil. He went out there as a man on a mission. In his interview, he explained that he was only listening for the gun, and when it went off, he went off along with it. And we saw that from the start. He got that bullet start out the blocks with a perfect acceleration. Akeem Blake was right there with him up until 30 meters before he separated himself from the pack and just drive home to victory with one of those amazing finish. I believe that Oblique Civil is executing some perfect races. He has the time to show for it, and the gap between first and second showed that he was absolutely and totally dominant. He ran away from the pack with a 1500 or 15,000, whatever it is, of a second ahead of the second place finisher, which was Noah Lyles, who had a 10:02, along with Akeem Blake also had a 10:02 time. That race showed that Oblique Civil is prepared for what is to come, and his mission is definitely the World Championship. I'm sure this forces some doubt in the likes of Noah Lyles, who is very confident. This forces some doubt right there, and I'm sure it also forces a little bit of doubt or some consideration in the likes of Kishin Thompson, who is the front runner, where time and speed and just the fastest athlete in the 100 meters is concerned. How about you guys? Drop your comments down below. Let me know how you feel about that 100 meters. I'm sure there's so much that we could talk about. We could talk about the fact that the guys were storming in the storm, literally running up a storm in the storm with such fast time in those unfavorable conditions. That is an amazing run, and it shows that Oblique will have no fear. He's running 9.8s under weird conditions. All right, let's get into the Brussels Diamond League. On the 100 meter women, we'll see Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce lined up against Melissa Jefferson Wooden and Sha'carri Richardson. In that race, we'll also have Mia McCoy out of the USA, Darrell Nita out of Great Britain, Delphine. We'll have Favor Ophelia. We'll have, there are a few athletes, but the most noticeable would be the three athletes that I spoke of first. Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce, which is the female greatest of all time. Sha'carri Richardson, which is the superstar athlete and also the athlete expected to win the Olympics. She's the silver medalist. And Melissa Jefferson, which is the bronze medalist, but also the world lead athlete for 2025. Melissa Jefferson is having the season of her life, and I think it's her first time on the circuit. So we're seeing we're expecting a very, very good race with Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce, the outgoing hero. She still tracks hero, but she's the outgoing hero, and I'm sure they're going to try to find someone to replace her. They were pushing Sha'carri to be that person, but Sha'carri is looking a shadow of herself, a shadow of who she is or who she could be, with her best time for 2025, a season best of 11:05. She's definitely struggling this season. Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce, her season best is 10.91. A good time, but still a far cry from what Melissa Jefferson has been putting down. Melissa Jefferson in 2 consecutive races had ran 10.65 and 10.66, and she seems to only be getting faster. I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about Melissa Jefferson going up against Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce? What does this mean for the confidence of these athletes going forward? We're talking about the confidence of all the athletes involved in the race. We have Darrell Nita involved in this race as well. What do you think that a win for Sha'carri Richardson would do for her confidence? We have seen where she had been struggling this entire season. There's no question about how difficult this season had been for Sha'carri Richardson. However, she will be at the World Championship, even though she did not compete in the finals at the trials. She have a buy-in because she's the defending champion, the defending world champion. Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce, she got that slot with a 3rd place finish at the Jamaica trials. At the Jamaica trials, she somehow seems like her time is not up as yet. Tia Clayton got injured in that finals. Tia Clayton is Jamaica's fastest athlete at the moment, and she's not representing Jamaica. She will not be representing Jamaica at the World Championship, which is unfortunate because she's been getting faster. Just like Melissa Jefferson, she had been getting faster and faster, but it's not to be, not this time around. If Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce is to pull off a victory in this one, how do you think that this will impact the psychology of the athletes going forward? Do you think this will force Melissa Jefferson to go back to the drawing board and pull something even better out of her bag of tricks? Or do you think that this will give Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce the momentum and the confidence needed to keep going? We know that Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce is no stranger to competition. We know that she already knows how to compete. She knows how to manage her races, and she knows how to win. That is the truth about Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce. We also know that Melissa Jefferson is a competitor as well. She had been doing really, really well over the years, and this year she seemed to have been finding the formula, and she's stepping into her own. Melissa Jefferson Wooden looking like she is about to take over the track and field world. We have seen it from the Grand Slam track coming up to where we are now, where we are leading up to the World Championship. So yes, let's do a quick recap here. The Lizard Diamond League, we saw Oblique Civil finding the kind of form that he need going into the World Championship, beating Noah convincingly, and I'm sure this puts some doubt in Noah's head where the 100 is concerned. He might be starting to focus a little bit more on the 200 because at first we all thought that Kishin would have been his biggest problem, but he lost to Oblique Civil convincingly twice. A lot of people believe that Oblique Civil is a pre-season, a pre-championship athlete. He doesn't show up on the big races, but this kind of victory shows that Oblique Civil is mentally prepared and his body is keeping up. We also have the Brussels Diamond League, which is on the 22nd, tomorrow, Friday, the 22nd of August, where Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce, Melissa Jefferson, and Sha'carri Richardson is headlining that race. Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce is the outgoing hero, and everybody is expecting that she will be doing well. Win, lose or draw, Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce had done so much that right now everything that she do will be acceptable. Drop your comments down below, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Melissa Jefferson will be giving us another 10-6? Do you believe that Sha'carri will finally go sub 11? Or do you think Shelly Ann Fraser Pryce will continue to give us a top 3 finish? Want to hear from you guys, and let's continue to review the replay.